I was getting for you is for those of you who are kind of like waiting and you're kind of on the edge of your seat regarding some type of communication from a loved one. I do sense that it is going to take about 2 weeks or so for the situation to resolve itself, okay? I do feel that. For others of you who are waiting on, job opportunities, waiting to hear some news, and I feel like for some reason I'm getting like old school type of mail where, it might be in an envelope. You're waiting on some news, possibly regarding work as well. I do feel it is going to come through, so, don't be anxious about it, okay? I do feel for a lot of you, it's more of a love partnership or some type of news coming in from a loved one. And it's gotten you feeling very worried, a little bit concerned. And you might be concerned and you might not know how to act. Okay? So let me just go through the rest of the cards because I already have two women here. And one is in a difficult position. So let's just see. I'm sensing here that when it comes to love, relationships, okay, when it comes to dating and things like that, you're going to hit a winning streak. So you're not going to be in shortage of love partnerships and people showing you interest, especially for this month. You're not going to have any sense of a shortage of that at all. Yep. So let's talk about this situation. The first two things that I'm sensing here is, first of all, this is the energy that you're bringing onto the table. So as the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is somebody who is very, very emotionally stable, very nurturing, very caring, and is capable of great love and great sacrifices, okay? The King of Cups, as a king energy, it is somebody who is very much in control of his or her emotion. They don't fly off the handle, and they're very strategic when it comes to communicating their love and expressing how they feel. They are very effective at that. When it's in the upright position, it is somebody with a very good heart and is very sincere. For a lot of you, I feel like this is your energy, but for a lot of you, you might be dealing with another water sign. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay, so another Cancer possibly, or another. This is a really very stable energy. What's crossing it is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is an air sign. So I feel, and air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I feel that for a lot of you, you might be working at cross purposes with this person. There might be communication coming through from this person, or you're waiting on some type of communication from this person. I feel that because it's an air sign and you're a water sign, there might be, it's like it's a good match, I feel. It's a very good match, okay? So the kings and the queens, whenever they show up like this, I feel like it's a good match. But at the same time, there might be communication problems. There might just, you feel as if this air sign is a little bit too blunt, too cold, too distant. They likewise feel as if you're too emotional, you're too clingy and needy. Okay? So that's the energy that I'm sensing here. So it doesn't have to be the queen, but it can be like an air sign person that you're dealing with. In the past position, we do have the Hermit card. And the Hermit card is telling you to move forward. It's to move on. When it's in the reverse position, it means, dwelling a little bit too much in the past, living in the past and not moving on with your life. Now, you're showing up as a water sign and as the king. So I do feel that you have a habit of getting very, very sentimental when you look at your past and getting very nostalgic for the past, when we all know that, with every situation there are highs and lows. But I feel like in hindsight, when you think about the past, you only look at the positive and you basically overlook the negative. So it's a really important thing for you to remember and to try not to have selective memory when thinking about the past, which is downplaying the bad times, okay? So when you try to reminisce or when you try to recount a certain event from your past, look at it objectively, truthfully, and with every situation there are highs and lows. It's good to, reminisce about the high points in our lives, but it's also really important to look through the low points, and especially when it contains another person, you want to, not look at the past with rose tinted glasses, and look at it very objectively and realistically. I feel like that's what's happening here. You're kind of I feel like you're ruminating, and you're also dwelling on the past a little bit too much, and as a result, you might miss out on opportunities when they come in the future, okay? What's crowning you here is the Four of Cups. So once again, this is a card about being very, very stuck, feeling very emotionally dissatisfied, and feeling very emotionally, in this deck, it is feeling very emotionally depleted, okay? I feel that for a lot of you, whenever this shows up as a crowning energy, a lot of you are out looking for love, and you don't want dating. You don't want just any type of relationship. You want the one. You want the person that will fulfill you. You want the person that understands you in a very deep level, so that they can do, so that you don't have to speak, and they automatically know what to say, what to do to make you feel good. So I feel like a lot of you are out looking for this, the one that fulfills you. And the foundation here is the Queen of Coins. The Queen of Coins is somebody who I feel like this is your energy. At this point in your life, a lot of you are very financially stable. You're also in a position where you feel as if, okay, my financial foundation is so stable right now, I can incorporate another person into my life. Especially you Cancer men. When Cancer men and women, but more so the men, when Cancer men are not financially stable, they do not make good relationship partners, because they have this sense of like impending doom about them, and they feel as if they're not good enough for their relationship partner. When it comes to women, I feel that for a lot of you, you have to get yourself here in order for you to attract high quality people. So you want to be very, very emotionally stable. And I feel like for a lot of you, you are very emotionally stable and also financially stable right now. And you're ready to, branch out and look for love. And I feel like this is a really beautiful energy. In terms of your foundation, there is potentially an earth sign in your presence, okay? And earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns. And I do feel this is somebody who is very nurturing, who is taking great care of you. A lot of you might be romantically linked up with this earth sign, but I do feel there is a sense of dissatisfaction about it. I'm sensing that you are dissatisfied. Even though this person is very stable, they're very nurturing, they're very, very caring. I feel that, because we have two queens, the Queen of Swords as well as the Queen of Coins, both of these indicate people that one you're possibly thinking about, one you're possibly dating, or vice versa. But I do feel that there's a sense of dissatisfaction as to how things are progressing with both of these people, okay? I feel that for a lot of you, you're hoping for communication from one when the other person is coming through, or you're hoping for some type of clarity regarding their feelings about you. But I feel that they're both very much they're not very expressive with their emotions the way that you are, okay? So it's just the differences in the way you both communicate, or the ways you express yourself. So I feel like both of these queens are not meeting. Both of these people might not might not be your emotional match just yet, okay? In terms of what's coming in, we have the Five of Coins. And once again, this is a card about overcoming emotional worries, like getting out of this low when it comes to your finances as well. So this is in the upright position. It indicates financial hardship. It also indicates a spiritual hardship as well. In the reverse, you're overcoming all of this and you're looking towards the future. And I do feel for a lot of you, you're getting, solicited by a lot of people wanting to date you, potentially an air sign or an earth sign wanting to date you. And as a result of it, you realize, wow, I'm actually a very good catch. And, maybe one of these people can be a love match for me. In terms of the advice, we do have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords, it's a messenger. Usually pages bring about news. When it's in the reverse position, it's probably news that you don't want to hear. And I also feel that whoever is associated with this news, because it's an air sign, I feel like whoever is associated with this news is something for you to really think about and figure out their true intentions. Read between the lines. So for example, if they are contacting you, I feel like what you see is not always what you get. So try to read between the lines and figure out the underlying message that they're trying to give you or they're trying to pass across to you. Because I feel like if it's an air sign, they're not going to be, air signs are actually very articulate, but they're very unemotional. So if you're racking your brain trying to figure out what it is that they mean, the fact that they're reaching out to you means that they do care about you, okay? Otherwise, it's pretty much out of sight, out of mind with an air sign. But if they are reaching out to you, it's because they are interested or because they do like you or they care about you or they're thinking about you. And vice versa, if you're getting news from an earth sign, I feel like a lot of people in your environment, they're not your same element. So a lot of the communication seems very cryptic to you. And I feel as if I'm sensing as if you want to just be very careful when it comes to communication. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Type, text, whatever it is, from the heart. Speak from the heart and don't overthink, okay? In terms of your external environment, we do have the Seven of Swords here. I'm sorry, this is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card about defense. And when it's in the reverse, it means somebody is purposely letting their guard down. And they're also trying to be a people pleaser, okay, in your external environment. So this is not coming from you because I feel like you're very secure in your foundation because you're showing up as a king. And so this is basically somebody, if you ask them something and they tell you, oh, I like that too, because they know you like it. I feel like someone is trying to bend over backwards in order to please you. And you have to also understand that it's insincere, okay? So if you see this behavior creeping up in somebody, it's really important to call them out on it and to tell them that I don't want somebody to, just agree with me all the time. I do want a woman or a man or a dating partner or whoever to stand on their own 2 feet and to be able to think on their own and to form their own opinions. I don't want a people pleaser. So that would actually be really important for you to say in terms of the people that are operating around you. In your hopes and fears, we do have the Eight of Swords. With the Eight of Swords in the reverse, this means that you are finally getting all the information that you need in order to make a very important decision. When it's in the reverse position, it means, keeping ourselves stuck in one place, mainly because we don't have all the information we need to move on. In the reverse, usually, in the Rider-Waite deck, this woman is blindfolded. In this deck, she's not blindfolded, which means you have an inkling that somebody's not being sincere. They're a little bit of a crowd pleaser, and they don't really know how to think for themselves. And you know now that that's what they're doing. You also know that maybe they're just trying to please you. Maybe this isn't, their personality all the time, but it seems as if they really like you and they really want to keep you around. Okay, something like that. I do feel though that you just want to be a little bit careful with who you're dealing with and figure out why they are acting like that. If it's because, they just want to please you, or if it's because of some deeply rooted self-esteem issue where they can't express their views if it's different from the people they're around. So it's kind of like this penchant for bandwagoning. You have to understand where that is coming from when it comes to people you're dealing with. Because I feel like you're very, very stable, you're very secure on your own, and you want somebody that is as strong-minded as you are. Emotionally, you want someone who is just as strong. So you want to figure out who is a good match for you. Now, in terms of the outcome, we do have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords and the Five of Coins, both in the reverse position, indicates a lot of healing, a lot of overcoming a lot of obstacles and getting into the situation where you are feeling very emotionally secure. You are very certain about yourself and, self-esteem issues, or even recovering from heartache from the past. is going to, all of those problems are going away. So if you've been hurt in the past, if you've been, broken up with, if you've been cheated on, whatever the situation is, you are coming into your own, you are recovering, and you're also, the energy that you're bringing to the table is one of the emperor. The emperor takes control of his life. He is also somebody who takes control of situation and steers them in the right direction. He is a fearless leader, and he gets respect and admiration from the people that he's around. So I do feel in this environment, a lot of you are in a socially, like a social dating type of environment, or you're going out and you're meeting a lot of people, and you're being very, very well received on the dating front. Okay, a lot of people are flocking to you. You are very attractive, magnetic, and just charismatic, and they're deferring to you because they trust your voice of authority on any topic. So I do sense it is a really such a good month for you to date, Cancers. At the same time, I'm going to say this. For a lot of you, if you have been worried about somebody, and I do feel it is an air sign. If you're, if you've been hurt in the past, if you've been worried about this person, I do feel they're going to be okay, because air signs are very resilient. They're very intelligent. They can get themselves out of situations, okay? If you're worried about an earth sign, likewise, it's in the upright position. It is somebody who is very financially stable. But I feel that they might, bend over backwards in order to please you or say the things that you want to hear. So the point of this is that you're on the quest for love, is what I'm sensing. A lot of you might be single. A lot of you might be socially dating a lot of people. For those of you who are coupled up, I do feel that for this month, a lot of people are around you, and they are interested in you. And I feel that you have this very intelligent, charismatic, really well received air about you, where people will seek you out for social functions, for parties, okay? If you are thinking about, if you are concerned about, getting a promotion, I definitely feel that is something in store for you as well, with the Queen of Coins, as well as the Five of Coins. So both of these are about overcoming, financial worries and things like that. For singles, though, I feel that it is a really good time to be a Cancer right now, and you really need to get out and circulate, because we have the Three of Cups, which indicates, a lot of celebrations, and in a social environment, this is where you're going to thrive, and it's going to restore your self-esteem and allow you to get, whatever, allow you to overcome the past, overcome whatever heartache you've been harboring or you've been holding on to, or even the heartache, resentment, or, just self-esteem issues that you've been hanging on to. It's coming to an end because you're getting some very, very strong, very good reception, okay, positive reception. And you're getting a positive response as well, with whomever, whatever gender you're dating as well. I do feel, though, going back to what I mentioned earlier about receiving messages, I feel that for a lot of you, the messages that you're hoping for, it is really important to respond to them, because the advice here is, send something out. Whatever your intentions are, it is really important to communicate and send the message out. As long as it's sincere, it's going to be well received. And I do feel that it would be in your best interest, okay? For a lot of you, some major business deal has gone through, and it's going to deal or something like that. It's going to come through. So you can, exhale, and you can breathe that sigh of relief, because everything is going to come full circle. For a lot of you too, if you're waiting on some communication from another person, potentially an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it is going to come through where you both can begin dating or have some type of a progression, like moving forward. So things are not going to be at a standstill. They're moving forward for you in all aspects of your life, okay? It is going to be a very good month, Cancers. Now, if you'd like a private reading, please visit my website in the description box below, where you can view my availability and schedule an appointment for yourself. If you have additional questions, just send me an email at temperatestar@